The Young and the Restless Spoilers, Clare's life-altering decision and Cole's dramatic return as the drama in Genoa City intensifies. Fans of The Young and the Restless are in for a major treat with the return of a familiar face, Cole Howard. After a significant absence, Cole's return is set to stir up the pot, particularly when it comes to his efforts to protect his daughter, Clare Grace Newman, from the looming threat of Audra. But Cole isn't just back to be a doting father, he has bigger plans in mind, including going head-to-head with Victor Newman, a man whose reputation for controlling everything and everyone in his orbit is legendary. The stage is set for an epic showdown that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. Let's dive into the emotional turmoil and high-stakes decisions facing Clare as she navigates a life-changing decision. Clare's crossroads. The ultimate choice. Clare Grace Newman, the bright young woman at the center of this storyline, finds herself standing at a crossroads. In a move that will undoubtedly shape her future, Clare is facing one of the most significant decisions of her life, whether to move in with Kyle Abbott, the man she's come to trust and love. However, the road to this decision is anything but smooth, as Clare is not only grappling with her emotions but also facing intense pressure from her family. Victor Newman, her powerful and often intimidating grandfather, is vehemently opposed to Clare's decision. His belief that she should prioritize family legacy and responsibility over her personal desires places an enormous amount of strain on Clare. The emotional weight of her relationship with Victor, who has been a dominant figure in her life, contrasts sharply with her growing bond with Kyle, and this dichotomy is where much of the tension lies. Victoria and Nikki's contrasting views. As Clare contemplates her next steps, she opens up to Victoria Newman, her aunt, who strongly opposes the idea of Clare moving in with Kyle. Victoria believes that Clare is rushing into a major life decision, arguing that it is simply too soon for her to make such a commitment. Victoria's concerns are rooted in her protective nature toward Clare, but her opposition to Kyle comes from a deeper place. Victoria fears that Clare may be overlooking the potential complications that could arise from such a move, especially given the complexities of the Abbott family dynamics. On the flip side, Nikki Newman, Clare's grandmother, offers a refreshing perspective. While she understands Victor's stance, Nikki is more focused on Clare's happiness and believes she should pursue her own path, even if it goes against her family's expectations. Nikki encourages Clare to live her life on her own terms, suggesting that she should seize the opportunity to build her future with Kyle, regardless of Victor's objections. Nikki's unwavering support for Clare provides a much-needed source of strength for the young woman, reminding her that sometimes, following your heart is the only way to find true happiness. Cole Howard's return. A father's determination. Enter Cole Howard, Clare's father, who has been away from Genoa City for quite some time. His return marks the beginning of a new chapter in Clare's journey, one that will be fraught with danger and difficult choices. Audra, the ambitious and cunning woman who has caused trouble for many, is once again targeting Clare. Her presence in Clare's life is not only a threat to her happiness but also a direct challenge to Cole's protective instincts as a father. Cole's return isn't just about offering emotional support, he's ready to take action. He knows that Victor's grip on the family is strong, and while he's always respected the Newman patriarch to some extent, Cole has no intention of letting Victor control his daughter's future. With the stakes so high, Cole's plan to protect Clare involves more than just fighting Audra. He is willing to confront Victor head-on, risking everything to ensure that Clare can live a life free of manipulation and control. The family confrontation, a battle for Clare's future. The tension reaches its boiling point when Clare sits down with both of her parents to discuss her decision. The dynamics in the room are charged with emotion, Cole's protective instinct clashing with Victor's need for control, and Clare caught in the middle, trying to navigate a path that will allow her to build a life of her own. For Cole, this is more than just a father-daughter conversation, it's a battle for Clare's future, a fight to keep her safe from the toxic forces at play. His return marks a pivotal moment in The Young and the Restless, where he will stop at nothing to secure Clare's happiness, even if it means going to war with Victor himself. Meanwhile, Clare's heart and mind are torn between the two most significant men in her life, her father, who has always been her protector, and her grandfather, whose expectations loom large over her every decision. As the drama unfolds, viewers will be on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next move from each of these powerful characters. Will Cole's efforts to shield Clare from harm be enough to tip the scales in her favor? Or will Victor's influence prove too strong, leaving Clare trapped in a world she never wanted? The twists and turns of this storyline are sure to captivate audiences, with Cole's return adding a layer of complexity and excitement to an already tumultuous narrative. For fans of The Young and the Restless, this is one storyline you won't want to miss. Stay tuned for more updates as the drama surrounding Clare's future continues to unfold in the coming weeks. With Cole back in town and tensions running high, Genoa City will never be the same again. The Young and the Restless Spoilers, Audra's revenge plan and the tensions with Clare and Kyle in the high-stakes world of The Young and the Restless, nothing stays peaceful for long. Audra, a character who thrives in the shadows and is no stranger to manipulation, is once again stirring the pot. Her latest scheme is set to ignite a series of explosive events, including a direct confrontation with Clare Grace Newman and Kyle Abbott. However, the true force behind Audra's vengeance is none other than the powerful Victor Newman. With his firm hand behind the wheel, Victor is determined to tear Clare and Kyle apart, and Audra is the instrument of his plan. But as always, in the world of the Newmans and Abbotts, no one's motives are ever clear-cut, and the ripple effects of one decision can shatter lives in ways no one expects. Victor's sinister influence. Victor Newman, the head of the Newman dynasty, is never one to stand idly by while he watches his empire or his family's future slip away. His involvement in Audra's scheme to break up Clare and Kyle is a calculated move. For Victor, family loyalty and control are paramount. The bond between Clare and Kyle is seen as a threat to Victor's carefully constructed plans for the Newman family. By targeting this relationship, Victor aims to regain control, ensuring that his family members, especially Clare, remain under his thumb. Victor's orders are clear: Audra is to divide Clare and Kyle, using whatever means necessary to make it happen. He sees their burgeoning relationship as a distraction, something that could potentially upset the delicate balance he's worked so hard to maintain. While Clare's happiness is important to him, it is not worth the risk of her future aligning too closely with someone who does not bow to the Newmans' command. Audra, ever the ambitious player in the game, knows exactly how to maneuver through the family's politics. With Victor backing her, she feels unstoppable, ready to execute her revenge plan. But as with all schemes of this magnitude, there are always unforeseen consequences, and things may not go exactly as planned. Nate's reluctance and Audra's determination. Audra's plan, however, is not without its challenges. Nate Hastings, a man who knows Audra all too well, has strong reservations about the direction she's heading. Despite the warning bells ringing in his mind, Audra is determined to carry out the mission, believing that this is the only way to secure her own position and perhaps even elevate herself within the Newman family's sphere of influence. Nate, who has seen Audra manipulate situations before, is deeply concerned about the fallout that could arise from such a bold move. However, Audra, in true form, does not ask for Nate's approval, she demands his support. In her mind, this is not a negotiation, it's a request for loyalty. Audra wants Nate by her side, and she's not leaving room for dissent. While Nate acknowledges that her plan is dangerous, he finds himself in a position where he can either stand by her or risk becoming an enemy in a power struggle he knows all too well. Sally Spectra, another close associate of Audra's, has also warned her against pursuing this course of action. Sally's gut feeling is that Audra's plan will only end in disaster, but Audra, ever confident and determined, brushes off the warnings. She believes this is her chance to finally take control of her life and career. She has dreams of running her own company, and dismantling Clare and Kyle's relationship seems like the quickest way to advance her position within the Newman empire. However, as Audra herself knows, things rarely go according to plan, especially when it comes to the Newmans. The growing tension between Audra and Holden. One of the greatest challenges Audra faces in executing her plan is Holden, a key figure who has always kept a watchful eye on her. Holden is no fool, and his suspicions about Audra's true motives run deep. He has a knack for seeing through her carefully crafted facade, and his instincts tell him that she's playing a dangerous game. Holden knows that Audra will stop at nothing to achieve her goals, and he's prepared to hold her accountable for her actions. As tensions mount, Audra finds herself walking a fine line between pursuing her ambition and keeping Holden at bay. But the stakes are raised even higher when Lily Winters, a formidable figure in her own right, decides to take matters into her own hands. As Lily investigates Audra's actions, she begins to piece together the puzzle. Lily's keen eye quickly picks up on the subtle moments between Audra and others that hint at her ulterior motives. It's clear that Audra is hiding something, and Lily is determined to uncover the truth. As the drama intensifies, Lily's investigation may bring to light not only Audra's plot but also the dangerous game she's playing with Victor's backing. The confrontation with Clare and Kyle. The real fireworks begin when Audra's plan starts to affect Clare and Kyle. The couple, who have been through their share of challenges, now find themselves in the crosshairs of a scheme that threatens to destroy their relationship. Audra's methods are underhanded, using manipulation and deceit to turn Clare and Kyle against each other. She plants seeds of doubt, spreading rumors and falsehoods to create rifts between the two. Kyle, caught off guard by the sudden tension, struggles to understand what is happening, while Clare becomes increasingly distraught by the growing distance between her and Kyle. As Victor's influence spreads like a shadow over their lives, Clare and Kyle must navigate the storm of lies and manipulation. Their love for each other is tested, but the real question is whether they can survive the onslaught of Victor and Audra's schemes. Can they trust each other enough to fight back, or will the external pressures break them apart? Lily's role in unraveling the plan. As Lily continues to investigate Audra, she becomes more and more convinced that there is a larger conspiracy at play. Lily knows that Victor's involvement cannot be ignored, and she begins to put the pieces together. Will Lily be able to expose Audra before the damage becomes irreversible, or will she be too late to save Clare and Kyle's relationship? The drama surrounding Audra's plan and the tension between Clare and Kyle is only just beginning to unfold. With Victor's shadow looming over everything and Audra's relentless pursuit of power, Genoa City is set for a tumultuous ride. As the players in this dangerous game take their positions, viewers can expect the stakes to rise, relationships to fracture, and new alliances to form in the battle for control. Will Clare and Kyle's love survive the storm, or will Audra and Victor's plan succeed in tearing them apart? Stay tuned as the drama continues to unfold in The Young and the Restless, where loyalty, revenge, and ambition collide in an epic battle for power. The Young and the Restless. Tessa's mission, Daniel's crossroads, and Sally's dilemma. As the drama in The Young and the Restless unfolds, several key characters find themselves at critical junctures in their lives, each making decisions that will shape their futures and test their relationships. Tessa Porter, always known for her compassion and loyalty, is about to embark on a mission to help a close friend, Daniel Romalotti, who finds himself at a crossroads. Meanwhile, Sally Spector faces an enticing offer from Billy Abbott that will challenge her career path, while navigating a tense and uncomfortable situation with her mother-in-law, Phyllis Summers. In the medical world, Nate Hastings plays a pivotal role in delivering news that could change the course of Amy's life. As secrets unfold and alliances shift, the stakes are higher than ever in Genoa City. Tessa's mission to help Daniel. Tessa Porter's life is about to take a dramatic turn as she steps in to help a friend in need. Daniel Romalotti, a creative mind who has faced his share of personal and professional challenges, finds himself stuck at a crossroads. He's been toying with an idea for a new project, something that could revitalize his career and give him a sense of purpose, but he's unsure of how to move forward. In a moment of vulnerability, Daniel turns to Tessa for guidance and support. Tessa, always a loyal and supportive friend, doesn't hesitate. She understands the importance of having someone by your side when you're at a crossroads, and she knows just how much this project means to Daniel. Tessa agrees to help him, and together, they set out to turn his idea into reality. But this mission won't be without its challenges. Tessa will have to navigate her own priorities while dedicating time and energy to helping Daniel succeed. The bond between Tessa and Daniel has always been strong, rooted in years of friendship and mutual respect. As Tessa becomes more involved in Daniel's project, she finds herself caught between her loyalty to her friend and her growing sense of responsibility in her own life. This dynamic will push Tessa to question her own goals and dreams, forcing her to confront the balance between helping others and staying true to herself. But in the end, Tessa is determined to make sure Daniel's vision comes to life, even if it means making sacrifices along the way. Sally's dilemma, Billy's offer and Phyllis's interference. Meanwhile, Sally Spectra is at a turning point in her career, faced with a tempting opportunity from none other than Billy Abbott. Billy, ever the risk-taker, offers Sally a chance to join him in a bold new venture that could take her career to new heights. The proposal is one that Sally can't ignore. It promises both personal and professional growth, and the allure of a new challenge is undeniable. However, Sally's excitement about the opportunity quickly fades as she encounters resistance from Phyllis Summers, who isn't exactly thrilled about the idea of Sally working alongside her son, Billy. Phyllis, ever the formidable presence in Genoa City, takes every opportunity to voice her disapproval of Sally's choices, creating a tense atmosphere that makes Sally's decision even more difficult. Phyllis, who has always seen Sally as a rival, cannot contain her irritation and expresses it in the harshest ways. This only intensifies the tension between mother and daughter-in-law, pushing Sally to reconsider her options. Billy, however, is not one to back down easily. Determined to prove his point and make Sally see the potential in his proposal, he takes things further, crossing boundaries in an attempt to convince her. His actions push the limits of their relationship, and Sally finds herself conflicted between her professional aspirations and the personal drama surrounding her interactions with Phyllis and Billy. She's forced to confront the complex web of relationships in Genoa City, where every decision seems to have a ripple effect that reaches beyond the immediate. As Sally grapples with this career-altering decision, she realizes that she must make a choice not only between what's best for her professionally but also how to handle the tangled web of family dynamics and personal ambitions. Will Sally take the leap and join Billy in his risky venture, or will Phyllis's interference cause her to rethink everything? The power struggle between Phyllis, Sally, and Billy will only intensify, making this a dramatic turning point in Sally's life. Nate's role in Amy's treatment in the medical world. Nate Hastings finds himself delivering life-changing news to Amy, a patient whose journey has been filled with uncertainty. Amy has been undergoing treatment for an undisclosed illness, and the time has come for her to receive an update on her progress. Nate, as a trusted doctor, has the difficult task of informing Amy about the next steps in her treatment. However, this moment is not just about Amy's health, it is also a pivotal moment for her relationship with her son, Damien. The news that Nate provides will not only affect Amy's future but also bring her closer to Damien. As Amy hears the results, it becomes clear that her son will be present to hear the news, adding a layer of emotional intensity to the situation. The news could bring mother and son closer together, creating a moment of healing and connection that neither of them expected. Nate's calm and professional demeanor as he delivers the news will contrast sharply with the emotional reaction of Amy and Damien. For Amy, this moment could be the turning point she needs to reassess her life, while Damien will be forced to confront his own feelings about his mother's health. This shared experience could lead to a newfound understanding between the two, or it could further complicate their already complicated relationship. A moment of healing between mother and son as Amy and Damien sit together to process the news. The tension that has been building in their relationship begins to dissipate. This moment, while filled with uncertainty, provides an opportunity for them to reconnect on a deeper level. The reality of Amy's condition, combined with the emotional weight of the news, forces both mother and son to face their fears and embrace the uncertain future together. For Amy, the news is bittersweet. It brings hope but also the realization that there is still much work to be done. For Damien, this could be the moment he's been waiting for to finally reconcile with his mother and show her the support she needs. The journey ahead will be challenging, but the bond between mother and son will prove to be an unbreakable force, one that will help them navigate the hurdles ahead.